There are some times when saying nothing may be appropriate too. But at least by saying nothing, you don't break any rules.
The first spoon of rice that is wholesomely prepared for the monks who come at the new dawn.
And all the troubles of life by turning your life to the essence of the nature.
For me, I use the techniques of following my breath. Just follow my breath, coming in and going out.
Sawadee. Welcome to Meditation for All program. My name is Joy Vanishgun and I will be with you through the program today. Last week, we learned about the 5-star speech from Patnikarasa Nisaro, and today he will continue in the same topic. The most important thing of this orphanage in communication is knowing what we should say and what we shouldn't say. This is the art of learning how to have clear, positive communication with others.
So far we have 4 out of 5. And in most situations, you can say things whenever you feel like it. But there are certain sorts of message which you may need to pass on to a person, where you need to find the appropriate occasion to pass on that information to them in order for it to be effective. One example of a person who didn't manage to do this was a well-meaning wife with an intention of compassion, who was very worried that her husband was drinking too much. So she thought to herself, if I have compassion, then I should inform my dear husband about this weakness in his character. If I tell him, then surely it will be true, because he really does drink too much. If I tell him in a polite way, then he is sure to be able to be interested to listen to what I have to say. And of course it's going to be of benefit to him, because if I tell him and he drinks less, then of course he will save a lot of money and we can use the money for other things in our family. So off went the wife down to the pub where her husband was sitting drinking, surrounded by all his drinking friends. And she said to him, "Oh, my dear husband, I have something very important to tell to you, and I hope that you're not going to be too upset by it, but I really do think that you are drinking too much these days." What do you think was the outcome of her well-intentioned criticism? Yeah, she got a beer bottle over her head. Why? Yeah, in front of his friends is not a good time to give any sort of criticism to anybody. And also when a person is already drunk, it's not a good time to try to talk sense. It's the same thing. Anyone who is a secretary to an important boss will know very well that if it's bad news, you better wait until your boss is in a good mood before you tell them. Not just to tell them when they're already feeling sad that their cat has died or something, and you go along and you tell them yet more bad news that day, maybe they will commit suicide. So the time when you say something can also be a very important factor. And this is especially the case if you're talking about Dhamma knowledge. Sometimes people don't appreciate deep Dhamma until they are at a stage where their mind is subtle enough to appreciate the deeper meaning of it. And some sorts of speech which are particularly sensitive are when you have the occasion to have to criticize people. Because nobody likes to hear criticism. The other day we already talked about different levels of patience. Some of the hardest sort of patience to develop is the patience to hear out other people's criticism of yourself. Because the immediate reaction of most people when they hear criticism is to protest or to try to find fault with a person who has criticized them, or just to stop listening completely, or to get angry. Because no one wants to hear their faults from another person. But if you're someone who's sensitive to self-development, in fact, other people can actually be a very useful source of knowledge about your faults, because often they can see faults in you that you can't see in yourself. The sort of person who has a rude message stuck on their back can be wandering around all day until someone points out, hey, how long has that been stuck on your back? So, although it's useful to be able to accept criticism, you have to accept that it's not easy. And if you're the person who, out of your compassion for others, has the job or the duty to have to criticize them, then aside of the 5 stars which you already mentioned, then you may need to add even more stars, especially for the special subject of giving people criticism. It's nice normally to be able to tell people things they want to hear. But supposing you are a boss or someone who is having to be responsible for the quality of work which is done, and the people who are doing it for you are not doing quality work, then you cannot avoid having to criticize them. Otherwise, in the end, the problem is going to come back to you. Supposing you are in a factory and you are the foreman in the factory, and you have to point out faults to people on the production line, maybe you can find a lot of faults in what they are doing. But if you want to help the people to receive that criticism a little bit more graciously, one technique which you can use is, before you criticize them, find something to praise them for first. Because if you praise them, normally it puts them in a good mood. But the only condition is that the thing which you praise them for ought to be something genuine, not just something ridiculous or something which they can easily see through as being merely trying to trick them into being in a good mood. So, for example, if a person has done their job and they do 99% of their job right and 1% of their job wrong, then you say, well, I'm very happy and I'm very proud of you that you've managed to do 99% of this work. It's of very good quality. But there's just one small thing which I need to point out, which maybe you can improve on, by which time the person actually feels happy to take that on board. If you go directly for the 1% which is wrong, then they feel that you are victimizing them, or maybe you're just trying to find fault with them. The second thing is that you shouldn't forget to smile when you have the occasion to criticize someone, especially if you are concentrating very hard to try to make your criticism sound pleasant to the person hearing it. Then sometimes you may get so carried away with your seriousness that you forget to smile, in which case the person might misinterpret what you're saying as trying to find fault with them. But if you show your compassionate intention by smiling as you are criticizing them, then that can be a good way to soften the blow. And for a person who has 10 things which you need to criticize them for, maybe you can break it down into daily doses. So maybe you don't criticize them for more than 2 things a day. Otherwise, if you tell them about all the things which are wrong with them at once, then they might not want to come back to work the next morning at all. But within the community of people in the temple especially, where everyone is trying to improve on themselves anyway, then it's often the part of our culture that we thank people when they criticize us. It's a good way to get over the temptation for the mind to resist criticism, whether what they say is true or not, but we thank them anyway and invite them to saying that next time you have anything else which you need to point out to me, then please feel welcome to say it. Because it's so hard to find people who dare to criticize other people anyway, that we need to encourage them and to be open to criticism. Some people can say too much, and it can be at their cost. Usually if what we want to say doesn't fall within the limits of 5-star speech, it's okay to keep silent. And there are many occasions in the Buddhist scriptures where people ask stupid questions to the Lord Buddha, and he knew perfectly well that if he answered one way, then they would misunderstand things in one way. And if he answered the opposite, then they would misunderstand things in the other way. So sometimes he didn't say anything at all. And this is what's known as noble silence. There's sometimes when saying nothing may be appropriate too. But at least by saying nothing, you don't break any rules. But sometimes it's appropriate merely to change the subject or to not to comment on a certain subject which may not be useful for you or anyone else to give a judgment about. But you'll be surprised that if you become more careful about the things you say, in fact, the way you think actually becomes more systematic as well. If you're not simply chattering and babbling all the time, if you start to choose what you say, then the way you think about things actually becomes more systematic as well. So discipline with what you say will start to train you on a deeper level. And you find that you're pausing to see if people are ready to hear what you have to say before you say it. You find that you have in your mind things which are waiting for the right opportunity to say it. This is all part of the skills of artful speech. It's a very important component of being a sociable person, and especially to encourage the atmosphere of self-development in a community. In a way, you can say that saying the right thing to people is a form of generosity. Just as giving a helping hand or giving gifts to people can be generosity, then saying the right thing to them can be seen as generosity too. But it's generosity that doesn't cost anything. But at the same time, it can often be harder to say something which is right than merely to give a gift to somebody.
This episode is the continuation of the morning rise. We will learn what is the meaning of the first morning rise to Buddhism.
The essence of almsgiving is the rice. Rice has to be cooked fresh and hot, spreading its fragrance throughout the whole house. The old rice cooking pot, the fresh cooked rice, for the new morning, for everyone in the house. The morning rice. The first spoon of rice of the new morning is only for the Holy One. The first spoon of rice that is wholesomely prepared for the monks who come at the new dawn demonstrates the faith of Buddhists who wish to lift Buddhism up as the crown of their own lives. The morning rice is for paying respect to the Lord Buddha for his Dharma teaching of the ultimate truth of life, and for paying gratitude towards monks who practice and preserve this guiding light. Buddhists consider the offering of alms food to be the first fundamental thing to do each day in order to bring bliss to their new day and to extend the life of Buddhism. The values of this Buddhist culture is comparable to the sunlight that nourishes the life of all beings.
You will learn how the scent and sweetness of flowers can help you to reduce your tension, pains, trouble, and frustration. By being part of nature can help cure all of those symptoms of stress. Let's join Prat Somsak Piyasiro in our meditation session to learn all the techniques.
This is meditation time. Let's enjoy meditation together. So we have seen roses together, right? They are so beautiful, aren't they? Roses are just queen among other flowers. They are so beautiful and hold sweet essence and good smell, good scent. Get the good essence, the sweetness of the roses to get into you. You'll be happier. Let the sweetness of the flowers soothe your pain away. This is a little technique to soothe the pain, tension, and all the troubles of life by turning your life to the essence of the nature. Roses hold sweetness, beauty, and all the beauty of everything in them. So be part of them. Enjoy the beauty of being part of the rules. Last time we talked about how to reduce tension and all the troubles or the problems. This time we can do that again, reduce them by turning ourselves to be part of the sweetness. Pretty soon we shall meditate together. Find a comfortable corner that you like best in your home. Choose the most comfortable sitting posture you prefer. You can sit on a chair, on the pillow, on the floor, in any other corners of your furnitures. And keep your back straight. Drink a cup of lukewarm water if you want to. And breathe deeply. I guess you are about to be ready now. Let's start meditation together. Feel relaxed to meditate. Don't pay too much attention or feel too much excitement, too much excited to meditate. Relax and then close the eyes. Simply close the eyes. Don't press the eyelids tight. Just allow them just about to be closed. Relax the muscles around the eyes. Soften the area around the eyes. The forehead, the cheeks, and the jaws. Allow these areas to be relaxed. Feel as if the entire body is fully relaxed, flooded by the stream of perfect relaxation. A few good deep breaths will help relax. On the in-breath, the body and the mind is refreshed. On the out-breath, they are relaxed, refreshed and relaxed repeatedly. Let the whole parts of the body, from head down to heels, let them all relaxed. Feel relaxation all around. Let go all the tensions, all the physical tiredness. What we have now is perfect relaxation. Remember the turning point we have mentioned so many times. Breathe in deep until the end of the in-breath touches, reaches the turning point. The turning point now is at the center of the body that we have touched. The mind is greeting the turning point inside. The mind addresses the existence of the turning point. we just stay over there for the coming moment. Stay still, even though at the beginning the mind might move here and there. Imagine as if we are now sitting among hundreds of beautiful roses. Absorb the sweet essence and the petals of the roses. Receive and welcome all the sweet quality of the roses. Remain in the middle, in the center of hundreds of roses. Enjoy peace among the roses. In Buddhism, the shape of the mind is stated, explained as a sphere form. A sphere form is so bright, clean, and clear. So we witness the emergence and then the existence of the bright, crystal clear, clean, shining crystal ball. The crystal ball will stay over onto the turning point. Observe the mind in the form of the crystal ball. The mind is inside, at home. We can call the turning point as the home of the mind. When the mind is at home, the mind is happy and relaxed. The mind feels at home when it stays at home. Enjoy a still quietness. Enjoy peaceful stillness at home. Enjoy observing the mind, which is round, clean and clear, as bright as crystal, existing at home. Use a sweet feeling to monitor the existence of the crystal ball. We shall avoid using force to fix the form and the focus of the crystal ball. Instead of using force, we use the sweet feeling. We get sweet feeling from the experience of the rose. The sweetness of the rose is taking over the feeling to feel, to observe the round mind. Just stay there in deep sweetness and quietness. The turning point where the crystal ball is shining still. It's just the landmark where we can come back at any time. This is the landmark of the mind. We can come back easily here because it is outstanding, because it is the landmark of the mind. Sometimes we forget to stay at home. We can come back at any time. The existence of the shining crystal ball with the sweetness of the roses is so clear for us to come back home at any time. Now we come back home and stay at home always. Every time we feel less happy, and sometimes we feel unhappy, sad and down, we can come back here. Let the sweetness of the center soothe our pain away. The center is our best friend that can help us reduce, soothe the pain. We shall not cry anymore because the best friend is ready to help us at any time. We always have peace at the center point. This is the station of peace. True peace is inner peace, and inner peace will radiate to create peace everywhere. Let's share, let's give away peace of mind by expanding the feeling of happiness in the center. Expansion is radiation of happiness. The crystal ball may grow bigger, bigger. It could expand, bigger radius, expand automatically to share inner peace to everyone. Let our inner peace touch the heart of all mankind. Soften all the hearts of all human. Let peace prevail on earth, starting from the center of our body. So the mind is expanding softly, endlessly everywhere. We are just sitting in the center of that big sphere of the mind. Now we are happy, and everyone else will be happy all together. Take a deep breath again and just prepare to open the eyes slowly. So the moment of peace will happen every time we rest at the home base of the mind. Meditation is the only key that will bring our mind back home to the station of peace. So practice meditation often for the benefits of your own self. So peace starts from yourself and then get connected radiated to others. Until we meet again in the next session, have a good time, have a good meditation experience. See you later. สวัสดี
Smart people realize that the truly happiness cannot be found outwardly, but if you are looking deep inside yourself, you will find some wonderful thing that hidden in there. With an empty mind will mean more to you than the busy mind which is full up with thoughts. One beautiful thing is when people have reached their inner peace, all of them would like to share the great experience to us, being on the same planet. Today you will hear from Mr. Vladislav Baran and Ms. Hanka Havlova talk about their meditation.
Swadika. Welcome to Suan Pa Himawan, the Middle-Way Meditation Retreat Program in Leh Province. My name is Chantipa Livingston. I'll be with you during the interview sessions today. The objective of today's sessions is to introduce our audience the Middle-Way Meditation Program and some of the people who have participated at the Meditation Center in Leh. We have the opportunity during our program to interview and some of the people who have had enjoy of spending some time at the meditation center in northeastern Thailand. Today we have Mr. Vladislav Baran and Ms. Anka Havlova from Czech Republic to share with you their experiences during the meditation retreat. Swadika.
Dobrý den.
Could you please introduce yourself and tell us a bit about your background?
Okay, my name is Vladislav Baran, and my background is I work in the bank as a bank officer, and the last 10 years I spent on search for my personal development, and that's the reason why I'm here.
Okay, and you?
My name is Hanka, and I am graphic designer, and the next years I work like a lecturer. I teach people how to relax, how to meditate, how to be happy.
How did you find out about this meditation retreat program?
Yes, this is our fifth visit in Thailand, and 2 years ago we spent 1 week in Dhammakaya Temple in Pathum Thani, and there we got the information that the Dhammakaya Temple organized those meditation retreats, and it suddenly, all of a sudden, it really interested us to participate in this retreat. So we decided next year to come, and so we are here.
You are.
Yeah.
For me, it's similar. I have been 6 years ago in Dhammakaya Temple.
Oh, okay, you
With my
have been
friend.
like you know the retreat before. But
Yes.
is this your first time to join this program?
For me, yes.
For you?
For me too.
For
Yes.
you too. Okay, and but have you practiced meditation before, right? But you practiced meditation before you came over here. What was you said 6 years ago for you?
For me, it's I think 20 years, maybe.
20 years have been practicing meditation.
Maybe. In our republic, it was after revolution. Most people started to meditate, to interest for meditation.
Wow, how nice. And how about you? She's been practicing meditation
Yeah.
for 20 years.
I'm not that experienced as her because I started a little bit later. Yeah, but I can say I have experience with meditation about 10 years, but it doesn't mean that I've been meditating all those 10 years, which I have not.
What did you learn at this retreat here? What did they teach you here?
Jak jsme se o tom dozvěděli?
Ne, to jsme se naučili. Okay, what we learn here is it's I think, quite many topics. We learned about the meditation history, which means how the origination of meditations, how the meditation has been used, for which purpose the meditation served in the last many centuries. As well, we are learning about the Buddhist tradition and Buddhist teachings. Of course, we are meditating 4 times a day, in the early morning, in the morning, then in the afternoon, and in the evening as well. So it's both teaching and meditations.
But anything that you learn new here than you have been practicing meditation before? So these new things you have learned?
I think for us is here very a lot of new topics to thinking about it and talk together.
So it helps you to understand it better.
Yeah, yes,
Yesterday we were talking, for example, about acceptation and forgiving.
Forgiving. Okay. And I have heard that you encourage other people from your country to attend the meditation retreat. How many people that you have in this group this time?
Yeah, this year we are 6 people here, which we think it's very nice, and we hope the next year we will be able to bring more people, because we really feel the importance of such kind of meditation training and exercising.
What is your inspiration for doing this?
Well, my inspiration lies in my inside world, because I've been many years trying to find some tools, some measure how to be more happy with my life, how to be more satisfied. I participate in many different trainings and ways, but it didn't help me. For me, it was just kind of collecting the knowledge, but I didn't feel the real movement forward in my life. And so I find out that I really have to work with myself inside, with my inner space, with my inner body to bring the happiness back to my life.
And you found this method that you learned, that's why you want to share that experience with others.
Really,
right?
it really helps me to really concentrate on myself. Don't be attached by many thoughts and feeling outside and just being wandering all the day and not knowing what's really happening with me. And the meditation and it really helps me to keep my mind back inside of me and to really know what's happening, and then I can really feel the happiness. Yeah.
Okay. And how do you like the retreat here?
Yes, this is very nice place and very good people, and very good place for living this experience with meditation.
And you think that this kind of retreat will help?
Sure, it's a kind of concentrated experience, I would say. That you are most of the time being focused on the meditation, so it means it doesn't let you walk around and in your mind. So it really helps you to bring the concentration inward and to stay within yourself.
Because look at you, it's like you're very happy with the meditation, that the time that you're spending here. Maybe you'll have any inner peace experience.
Yes, I meditated because of this inner experiences, and here in this place for me is important or interesting that when we meditate 3 times or 4 times per day, it's very good to have better and better attitude inside.
Because
I feel every day it is better. I am more calm and jakože to je rychlejší to sklidnění. It's more faster to be calm.
Okay, just helps you like get your stillness faster by practicing many times of meditations. And how about you?
For me, it's my experience is I can experience my inner emptiness, which is really something in daily life I can hardly ever meet because I'm too busy with all the things in my work, with my friends and with my parents. But here I can really reach to my inner emptiness, and there I can feel those feelings of brightness and the smile and the happiness. This is
And
wonderful.
you said you can feel the emptiness inside you. You think that emptiness inside you is much better than wandering in your mind. Is that right?
For sure.
Okay. And what techniques do you use during meditation here, during your practicing here?
Yes, I work with my attention to give my attention inside to the center of the body. I give with attention at home too, but for me it is new to give it to the center. To the center. It's very nice, and for me it's good to say to myself, I'm here and now, and it's like my mantra. And
It just help you to, you said you say to yourself, you're
I'm
here
here and now.
and just help you to get the relaxation in you. Okay.
I like to listening silence inside me. It helps me a lot.
And how about you? What techniques do you use?
For me, I use the techniques of following my breath. Just follow my breath, coming in and going out, and it helps me as well. And I'm trying, but yes, I hope it will come sooner, trying as well the technique of visualization, to visualize the crystal ball or some shiny object inside in the center of my body, which can help me to stay there in the center of my body.
You said you follow your breathing in and out,
yes.
right? And just try to get that to your mind to be calm first, and after that you will visualize some objects in the center of your body.
Stay there. Yes.
Okay. And that's very nice. So your progress is very, very good. Okay. And how about you? Well, what do you think that meditation will help you in your daily life?
Jestli nám může pomoct v denním životě, meditace.
I'm sure.
You're sure? And if how would you apply what you learned here into your daily routine?
I have I work with people and with many people, and I have to be strong and calm and present.
Okay.
And I need it for myself.
Okay.
And I teach people like to be relaxed, like to be more happy. So I have to be first.
Because
like
you're happy.
example.
You have to be a good example to show them, because you are happy. They can do that too, right? And how about you? You think that meditation can help you in your daily life?
Sure. As I said, before I work in the bank, and I can see the bank business is really a tough business. There is a lot of competitions, and it means that people are really trying to get their goals, trying to earn the money, but still there might be a way which helps me to do it all in a more calm way. Just stay inside and know, this is something I can relax, and then I can easily work, I can easily speak and talk with my colleagues, and I think we can create a better atmosphere in our team to work together and be more relaxed and more happy and not so worried about if something don't go the way we would like to.
It should be efficiency in the teamwork.
Sure.
Okay.
Can really increase it.
Okay. What is the most impressive features that you have experienced during this retreat?
I think it is my inner experience.
Your inner experience that you're very impressed with, because it's improving very well. Is that right?
It's very nice to meet brightness or light or calmness, and I like very much to share with my friends together.
Very nice. And how about you?
Yeah, well, I like the location very much because you can sit down on the trees, just hearing the water down there and looking at the hills full of trees. It's very nice location, and it helps me as well to stay calm. Yeah, because there is no noise and no distraction, and this I found very nice and very helpful for me.
How has this retreat inspired you?
For me, it's new this information about concentrate to the center of the body.
You find a way that's inspired you because you find the easiest way to help you with yourself right now.
Yeah, for me, I think it's as well too, and I was very, I can say, surprised that the mind lies in the center of our body, and we can, if we want, we can bring it back and stay with this and stay in our center of our body together with our mind. This is a really wonderful experience for me, and it inspires me for my work and for my life.
But many people have mentioned that meditation is international practice, not restricted to one religion or one culture. But what do you think about that? But I know you said just now, you said you've been practicing meditation for over 20 years, right? Somehow you kind of agree with that, but somehow you agree with that. But when you think about other of your friends, what do you think?
In our country, it is so that a lot of people seeking some good way to find the calmness
to find the
and
happiness. Yeah, and you agree with that too, because the way you heard that you bring a lot of friends to come.
And it's really true for everybody, because all what matters is you and your life, and doesn't depend on whether you are Czech or Russian or American. It's still you as a human being.
Okay, because you mentioned that you were teaching your student, your pupil, with meditation too, right? And when you go back, will you think you would like to introduce this kind of meditation practice to your pupil or the people at your work?
Sure. And for example, we had a big project for teachers in our republic. Teach them how to manage this hard work, how to teach children to manage aggression or this emotion, and I am sure that this will be very good to offer them.
And you mean offer this meditation practice to the your pupil and the people that you work with?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
We teach them how to work with breath and with attention, and it like
teach them the method how to do the meditation.
Yes.
Okay, and hopefully they'll find the inner peace like you.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
Okay. Well, I know you just say that you are this year you bring.
We are 6 here.
6.
Yeah.
Next year you double it.
Okay, some kind of obligation do you want from me? Well, yeah, well, maybe what we did is, as my friend told me, last October we had invited one monks from the Dhammakaya temple to our country, and we have a meditation weekend. So I hope we will be able to continue in this cooperation as well. And a lot of people were attracted. So I believe there is no why we wouldn't be here 12 or 20 next year.
Okay, maybe you said more. Wow,
yeah,
looking forward
more.
to see that. And they're very
too.
nice. This is very nice way to share about your experience to your friends. Is very good. Thank you. Okay, but 6 people you say of your group, right? Are they happy with the retreat here?
I think so.
I think so. Yeah, so they'll find a way to accomplish their inner peace like you. You'll be successful in their meditation, see progress.
Yes.
They're very happy.
Yes, we are sharing every day, and they all are saying that how wonderful it is, and what a lot of things opens up in them, yeah, what they can see inside, thanks to the meditation. So it's a nice
Thank
way.
you. I have to say that thank you to the Lord Buddha who teaches the meditation, who give us the way to reach the inner peace, that we all can be happy. Right. And anything else you would like to share with the DMC audience all around the world?
I would like to share that experience with meditation is very helpful for my life, in my work, in my personal life, and it's really the part of my life which I want to развивать, to grow, expand.
Yes. And for me, the meditation is a wonderful way how to live my life. Yeah, because I can have my mind always with me, and it's wonderful when I'm having it. So I really recommend to everybody to at least try to meditate and see how it will help to you.
You see, when your mind, you said you're happy that you have your mind inside you, with you. It means you'll be happier, right?
Yes.
When you have your mind to be with you inside, so you know what you're doing, what you're thinking.
Exactly.
Is that right?
Exactly. It means that I'm really conscious what's happening, what my feelings are, how happy I am, how satisfied, how I can work easily and with a satisfaction. It's a really wonderful tool.
What you say like that is mean whatever decision that you make, it won't be wrong. It won't be any mistaken. Right, because your mind is there with you and you know exactly what you're doing.
Exactly, exactly.
Okay, well, thank you very much to both of you for sharing your great experience with us. We hope to see you
next year.
Next time.
We
Next
too.
year.
Yes, sure.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Loving, sharing, helping others, and generosity are practices which will lead you to perfection. Goodbye for now. Thank you very much for joining us. สวัสดีค่ะ
I hope you have enjoyed our program. Your comments and questions are most welcome and can be sent to our email address at meditationforall@gmail.com. I have to say goodbye for now, and remember all the techniques that we use in our meditation session. Wishing you have a wonderful meditation and see you again. สวัสดีค่ะ